and welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
An Arab-Israeli Knesset member is now saying that a proposed law to cut funds to the Palestinian Authority as a countermeasure to the salaries that the PA pays to convicted terrorists would constitute collective punishment. Youssef Jabarin of the Joint Arab List says that there are nearly no Palestinian families today that do not have a relative who is a prisoner or a released prisoner. He says the effect would be like cutting national insurance payments to the elderly. The proposed bill would withhold almost 300 million shekels from the annual tax revenues that Israel collects for the Palestinian Authority. This is the equivalent to the payments that the PA makes to terrorists and their families. Elazar Stern of the centrist Yesh Atid party is the author of the bill, and he says PA terror subsidies are a barrier to peace, as the Palestinian Authority not only rewards murder, but encourages murder. It encourages murder over causing injury, and many victims over a few. His position is supported by much of the international community. Just one day after Israel agrees to Mahmoud Abbas's demand to cut off electricity to the Gaza Strip, the Palestinian Authority is already blaming Israel for the crisis in Gaza. PA spokesman Youssef Mahmoud says that the Israeli occupation and the siege of Gaza are the real reasons that the power service to the area is being further reduced. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has described the situation as an internal dispute between the Palestinian Authority and Hamas. It is widely believed that Abbas is attempting to pressure Hamas by cutting their electricity by around 40%. Mahmoud says that Hamas would never have taken power in Gaza if not for the existence of the occupation, the siege, and the dismemberment of the Palestinian lands, however. He claims that it is this, rather than Abbas's request, that has caused the situation to further deteriorate. Israel unilaterally withdrew from Gaza in 2005, and Hamas kicked out Fatah in a bloody coup just 2 years later. Around 200 disabled Israelis gathered at a major intersection in Tel Aviv last night to protest their situation and lack of support from the government. With a mock coffin declaring that the government is burying us alive and signs emphasizing their impoverished conditions, they weren't playing around. One demonstrator told the crowd how his disabled parents were forced to beg for handouts, and how another recounted seeing disabled people collect bottles off of the sidewalk for the deposit. The Committee for the Examination of Disabled Allowances is likely to recommend to only increase the disabled allowance by a few hundred shekels, and even then the benefits might only apply to those defined as at least 75% disabled. The previous Zelecha committee had recommended a greater increase, but Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu rejected their proposal. For now, the disabled pension is only around $1,100 per month. It's probably a good thing that people can't see through things like walls or clothing, but an Israeli startup might be changing that. In a responsible way, of course. Vayar has developed sensors that it says can see through materials, objects, and liquids to generate 3D images. Its 3D sensors utilize countless antennae to send out and receive radio signals that pass through objects. They're saying that this technology will have tons of applications. It'll be able to detect breast cancer cells through the skin, and it'll also have uses in finding people buried in rubble after natural disasters or building collapses. While X-ray and MRI machines cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, Vayar devices could be cheap enough so that every doctor could have one in their office, making for easy, quick, and painless breast cancer screenings, among other things. Beyond that, Vayar devices could be replacing security cameras in some environments too. It's an exciting new technology. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu just flew to Thessaloniki, Greece for a summit today, and his pilot was none other than an ultra-Orthodox mother of four. That's right, Nechama Spiegel Novak, a Haredi graduate of the Bais Yaakov School Network, will be piloting the Israeli Air Force One. Spiegel Novak was accepted to the El Al pilot training program in 2015, although she already had a pilot's license in the US. It took her years to gain acceptance to the program, as unlike most candidates, she hadn't logged hundreds of hours in the Israeli Air Force. Spiegel's time in the program was also interrupted by the birth of her fourth child. She says, though, that being a pilot has always been a dream of hers, concluding that her husband is very supportive and is helping her to realize that dream. Well, we here at ILTV wish her nothing but clear skies ahead, too.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.